Hello. So in this video we are going to replicate a pandas function on PySpark, and because PySpark in some cases, if you're using a big data for your project, it's working faster. So okay, and first thing what we need to do is to import PySpark and pandas from here as PS. This is the pandas model from PySpark. Okay, it's working fine. And what we need to cover at first, let's make some tests. Let's, for example, create a data frame with pandas on Spark. Okay, this will be a PS, df, and we need to create a new data frame directly in Spark. Okay, PS data frame. Let it be arranged from 0 to 10. Okay, let it be like this. I want to print it out. Yeah, it's looking fine. This is how you can create a new data frame in PySpark. Okay, so another thing, we need to for example, we need to convert pandas on Spark data frame into a pandas data frame. Okay, how can we do it? So pd df equal to ps df to pandas. What does mean? That means we are converting the PySpark data frame into a pandas data frame with this command. Okay, and I want to print it out. Yeah, it's working fine. It's looking the same. Yeah, it's looking the same as PySpark. And last thing what we can do right here, let it be a convert pandas data frame into a pandas on Spark data frame. Okay, let it be in opposite direction. Now I want to create a PySpark data frame from pandas data frame. Yeah, so ps and from pandas. Very simple. Yeah, and how it looks like? It's looking the same. That means that's working. And what I want to highlight in the beginning of this video, that you can manipulate between a format of data frames. You can switch between pandas and PySpark at any time during your working on notebook in Python. You can convert the format of the data frame at any moment as you want. So by going step after step, first thing what we need to do before doing any stuff into PySpark, we need to import libraries. So, and for running Spark, we need to import from PySpark SQL import a Spark session. Yep, looking good. And then we need to initialize a Spark session with this variable Spark session builder app name. This is capital. Okay, let it be a Spark tutorial. Yeah, okay, and I want to get or create. Yeah, Spark session is not defined. I mistype it. It is here. Yeah. Okay, and then for running pandas on top of Spark. Yeah, import PySpark pandas as PS. The same as we did right here. Okay, that's working. We imported our libraries, and now we are ready to make some functions on PySpark in the alternative of pandas. So for now, let's play with some real data. And first thing what we need to do in here is to load data for our tutorial. We will do it firstly with a Spark, and then we will do it with a pandas. Okay. Okay, and how we can to load the data with Spark? Okay, let's say this will be SDF equal to Spark, and then read options. Yeah, options. So I am using infer schema equal to true, and then header, let it be also true. And as you can see, here's a Boolean values, I mean true or false in string. It is not a native Pythonic Boolean values. It is like a string parameters which is passing to the Spark module. Okay, so and then the format I'm expecting to get is CSV, and my data, let it be, it's like a toy data set. This is iris.csv. It is not a real data, but to make this tutorial more simplified, I'm using iris.csv. Okay, and okay, I try to load this file. Yeah, no errors, just checking. Okay, I have got some parameters in here, that's looking good. So, and then how we can do it on pandas. So first I import pandas as pd. Yeah, it is a quite straightforward way. So pdf, it's a pandas data frame. So pc read csv, it is a iris.csv. Maybe it is not pandas, is pandas on Spark. Okay, and yeah, I think I don't need it anymore. So pdf equal to my data frame, looking fine. Okay, so far so good. So next thing what we can to do is to make manipulation inside the data frame. Okay, and now we can to execute a select function on data frames. And first we need it for Spark, and then on Pandas-on-Spark. Okay, and for Spark, how can we do it? Okay, SDF select, and then let it be. I just want to take a look how it looks like first. Okay, and for example, I want to select this one, and let it be, I don't know, this one. Yep, and then I can to show. Yep, the select for Spark is working fine. I'm selecting only these two columns that we want to see. That's looking good. Okay, and now I want to make the same on Pandas-on-Spark. So pdf, it's a pandas data frame, and let it be this one, and this one, and okay, I want to make it heat of, let it be a 6. Okay, and here's for Spark, and here's a Pandas on the Spark. Okay, so I don't need it anymore. So here's the result of this cell, and we can move forward. So next, what is important for us is how we can to drop a duplicate values from these frames. And okay, for Spark, how we can do it? SDF drop and duplicates. Okay, and from which column I'm concerning to drop my duplicates. Okay, for example, I need to get the same. It's right here, and let it be at this one again. Yeah, and I need to show it. Yep, here's the data frame. It's a little bit cleaned data frame. We've removed the duplicates from these two columns. Okay, and how we can do the same on a pandas or the Spark data frame. So pandas data frame, I'm using the same features and drop duplicates. That's it. So here's for Spark, here's a pandas on the Spark, and here's the results. So it's looking the same, looking good. So I think we can move forward with the next function. Okay, and now let's touch our next very important function. It's for filtering our data. So, and for Spark and for Pandas on Spark. Okay, and for Spark, how can we make a filtering? So SDF we need to use a filter method in here. So inside filter, we are using our data frame SDF, and then okay, I want, for example, use my filter conditions. It will be, let it be this feature, and this feature, let it be more than I don't know, 4 than 2. Okay, and then I need to add another conditions. I'm using an add operator, and for example, I using another filter condition, not condition, is criteria. Okay, let it be at this one, and it will be equal to, not equal, but let it be a more than 2. Okay, and I need to show it on my notebook. Okay, and how it's look like, and it looks fine. I see the data frame which matches my condition. How can you do on the pandas on the Spark? Okay, let's do it. So PDF, it's a pandas data frame log, and in log we're using some conditions also. So it's a PDF. Okay, I'm using the same condition. Let it be like here, and then I'm using another criteria. Let it be like this one. It is not rocket science. It's like making a criteria in your conditions list, and I want to print it out for let's say 10 examples. And how it look like? This is why it's not working? I missed this. It's not PDF. It is not SDF. It's a PDF. It's a Pandas data frame. Why it's not look like SDF? Here's also, it should be a PDF. Key error, a PDF is not. I need to remove this one. Yeah, and here is the version from the Spark, and here's the version from Pandas on the Spark. So the same result, but different approach to do it. So, and what is important for us sometimes is to count the examples of our data frame based on our conditions. Okay, and for the Spark, we're using let's say a filter. I don't know. We executing some filtering. Let it be, I don't know. Okay, let it be a species. It will be this one. For example, I need to know how many examples I have with this filtering conditions. Okay, so for this I'm using a count, and how it looks like. Here is a 50 records that matches my conditions. Okay, so how can you do the same on pandas? So pandas data frame localization, and then it's a pandas data frame, and I'm using the same feature, and then equal to the same value in here, and then I'm using a count. So what we have species is 50. Here is the same 50. Just I want to comment it, this one. Okay, I can see that we have a 50 records that matches my conditions, and I have also 50 records from Spark. That's working. Okay, next function I need to cover is distinct. It is about how many unique values you have on the your conditions. So for Spark and for Pandas on Spark, okay. And for Spark, how can you do it? SDF select, let it be, I don't know, species. Yep. And then I'm using a distinct and then I need to show it up, and function object has no attribute show. I missed this brackets. Okay, and try again. Okay, I can see that I have 3 species. It's this one, and this one. Very good. And how can you make on the pandas? And it's very simple. It's a PDF. It's a pandas data frame. I'm using the same species, and then I'm using unique. See, here's the same result on pandas, and here's the same result on Spark. Okay, and now I want to sort something, and for Spark, yep, and pandas on Spark, I want to sort some values based on my conditions, and it's very often a scenario in your data analysis. So for Spark, how can you do it? It's SDF sort, and I want to sort I don't know, let it be this feature. It is right here, and then I also want to sort another one. I don't know, let it be this one. Okay, and how it looks like. Yeah, I have my data frame sorted on this value and on this value. So that's very simple. And how can you do the same on the pandas? So pandas data frame sort values. It is a list, and in the list I'm using the same features as an example. Yeah, and then I just want to make a heading. Oh, this let it be, I don't know, 7 is enough. And the same is for Spark and for pandas. So how you're feeling? And let's move to another function. Okay, and for now I need to make some aggregation on my data, and for this I'm using a group by function for Spark and for pandas on Spark. Yeah, okay, and for Spark, how can you do it? It's a SDF, it's a Spark data frame. I'm using a group by method, and on which criteria I need to make a grouping and aggregation. I need to make it by species. Okay, and I want to make a count of each species in my data frame, and I need to show it. Yeah, simple. As you can see, 50 for this species, this one for this species, and this one for this species. And how can you do the same with pandas? So pandas data frame, group by, and then I'm using the same feature, and then count and do this. See, the same is for Spark and the same is for pandas. That's it. Okay, and another function is replace. And to replace, what it is doing, it is replacing actual values to a new one. And for Spark data frame, it is a replace method. And for example, I need to replace okay, for example, the values of this one to let it be a Virginia new. Okay, like this. Okay, and I want to show it. Okay, maybe it's out of the box, and I want to, for example, change this one. You see, and in here I change this value to a new one, and it is represented on my data frame. That's fine. And how I can do it on pandas data frame? It's a pandas data frame replace. Okay, I'm using the same condition, and here it will be 5. It is for Spark, and here's the same on a pandas. Simple, yeah. Okay, and the last function that I need to introduce today is the join. It is a standard SQL command join. You can join your data frames, you can join the values. So, and for Spark, it's a union. and SDF. How it looks like. I made a join. It's like a parameter. I can make a show. It is the join it data frame. How it looks like. You can join different data frames in the same way. And for pandas, it is very simple. It's like append another data frame into the current one, and the same was on the Spark. So here is the for Spark, and here's for um, pandas. Okay, and that's it for this video. As you can see, we made a quite big a notebook, and we covered a select function. We also covered importing the data, drop duplicates and filtering, and count function and distinct function and sorting and aggregating by group by, then replacing values, then joining and counting. Okay, and if you get idea how the Spark is working on the pandas, we have Spark API specifically for pandas functionality. This is quite simple if you have some experience on native pandas. So, and that's it for this video. I hope that was useful, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.